Hi, my name is Abby and I'm the owner of Abby Jane Photography. I photograph weddings and elopements, and I also help other creative small businesses with their marketing and social media, along with helping other photographers build their business and then creating workflows that work for them. Today I'm going to be going over how I use Tailwind, which helps me schedule pins to my Pinterest account. It has helped me gain over 2,000 views on my Pinterest in the past month. I have increased my impressions by 2,707%. I've increased my engagements by 426%. My total audience over 631%, and engaged audience is 1,800% higher than it was before. You can do the free version, which is what I kind of started out with, but I quickly just went ahead and upgraded to the Pro, which is about $10 a month or roughly $120 a year. It just helps me schedule more a month, which is more what I'm looking for. If you are interested in paying for it at some point, either now or later after this video, I do have a referral link that you can use to get $15 off. Full disclosure, I also get $15 in credit towards Tailwind, so we're helping each other out. And then if I get 5, then I get a $25 Amazon gift card apparently. If you are a photographer like myself, a great way to utilize this platform, Tailwind, is to schedule pins from blog posts that you have from engagement sessions, portrait sessions, weddings, stuff like that, because there's so many photos that you can use on there, and then you can link them all back to your website very easily. Using Tailwind, at most, it should take about an hour a month to schedule all your pins. Just 1 hour. If you want to learn how to do that, then just keep watching this video. And if you are interested in my free guide on Pinterest and the exact steps that I took to grow my Pinterest account over 2,000%, then click the link below in the description box for that free guide. Okay, so now we're going to be going into exactly how I use Tailwind. So first, you're going to want to make sure that you have the Chrome extension right up here. What it's going to do is, let me see if it pops up. Yeah, so when you're on websites, either your own or others, it will pop up with this little schedule tail with their logo button. I sometimes accidentally hit it, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know, it's worth it nonetheless. So I'm going to go to my blog, and we're going to do one that I haven't done already. Let's do Delaney and Cosette's session. So on this blog post, I have a ton of photos from their mini session. Let me zoom out maybe. And I could just go individually and just schedule one if I wanted to, but instead I'm going to hit the Tailwind extension up here. And it's going to take a few minutes or so to bring in all the photos. It's going to take a little bit longer if you have a wedding or a full engagement session. Again, this was just a mini session, so there's not as many photos. I kind of thought there was more, but that's okay. So then you're going to go through and select all the ones that you want to pin. And I honestly just do almost every single one all the time. This is just my logos and other stuff that's on the blog page. Even though I do all of them, even though Pinterest does have a preference towards vertical photos rather than horizontal photos, but I don't really care. So I'm going to do them both, and I'm going to show you. So, and you can actually see right over here, if I put this back to 100%, it did bring in the caption that I have from the blog post. I'm going to be changing that. I'm going to show you kind of what I do instead that helps me with my SEO. Then you're going to go to Go Schedule, and it's going to load. Alright, so then it's going to populate all of the photos from what you just selected from that website or page or whatever that you're using. Up here, you can click to add them all to a certain board. I'm going to go ahead and put them into engagement photos, Abby Jane Photography. That's an album that I have on my Pinterest account that just It has a bunch of photos that I actually took, and there aren't inspiration photos from other photographers on Pinterest. So that just went ahead and added that to all of them. You can add more. So let's say I want to add like this one to my couples photo shoot, like outfit inspiration board. I can do that as well, because they are wearing like some pretty good neutral basic outfits that I would recommend for people to wear to a session. Alright, so I'm going to delete that because that doesn't need to be there. Okay, so right here in the title is going to auto-populate what I have right here. Alright, and what that looks like, I will show you, is going to be this bold text right here. That is what this, I think it's title, yeah, pin title. That's what it's showing you, is this bold version right here. Next, we're going to go into what to write over here. So first, you're going to want to copy and paste the title that you had. I kind of just took off Liz and Max. It didn't really matter for SEO purposes or people who are looking at it. They don't care about the name of the couple. So they just want to know, like, you know, sometimes people are searching for fall engagement pictures or fall Minnesota engagement pictures and stuff like that. So we have fall North Shore, which is where they took it, Minnesota engagement session, and then you're going to want to have a separator. I don't know what that's called, but the up and down line. And then my business name, so then you put in your business name, another separator, and then you want to do a brief description using some keywords that you have already researched that are good for your business and your brand. And then you're going to want to add a call to action at the end of the text. So for this one is click to see more from their engagement session. So it encourages people to click on this photo and it will bring them to that. I add in about like 2 or 3 hashtags at the end. I don't always do that, but no, just kidding. I do always do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Always add in hashtags because you never know. Just kind of like some related things that people might be searching. For example, lake engagement photos if someone wants to see what that kind of vibe would be, or adventure couple photos just to kind of get some inspiration. Again, I don't know if I've mentioned this, I don't think I have. Pinterest is kind of more of a search engine rather than a social media. So people are searching on Pinterest like vegetarian recipes, like easy, cheap vegetarian meals, fall engagement pictures, whatever, stuff like that, right? And they're trying to like find certain things. Whereas when you're on Instagram, you're just kind of scrolling. Sometimes you might search for like a location or something, but honestly, you're really just scrolling on your feed. Same thing with TikTok and other social media platforms. Whereas Pinterest, some of it is scrolling just for inspiration when you're bored, but a lot of it, people are searching. And I kind of go way more in depth in this in my free Pinterest guide that you can get again in the description below. Alright, so back to this. So we are going to take, let's see, golden hour couples session. Okay, because it was an engagement session. And I don't want to put that on them when they are not engaged. It's always kind of awkward. So we're going to do golden hour couples photos. So pretty much like the title that I already did. And then Abby Jane photography. Okay, it doesn't really matter. This is just kind of showing you what to do. So I'm going to paste this into every single description because they're all going to the same thing. I might not want that black and white one, actually. I don't think that's going to look good on Pinterest. But at the same time, it doesn't really matter, I feel like. Okay, so typically weddings, again, will take a little bit longer than this. But what you can do if you do schedule a wedding and you're a photographer, you can add in certain different boards, you know what I mean. Where if you have detail photos, you can add that to a detail board. If you have bridal portraits, you can add that to a bridal portraits, or just like your wedding board. You can add it to multiple and then have different categories all from one blog post, which is phenomenal. And you can add to all boards for all of them as well, so that, it gets auto applied to all. Alright, so then we're going to go schedule all. This is super simple. Then it already automatically scheduled those posts right into my calendar. So as you can see, so these are ones that I already did, the downtown Des Moines, Iowa engagement session, but mixed in there with their own algorithm, time, dots, I don't really know. They have added in when they think they should be scheduled, which is great. I didn't even have to do that, which is weird. I think I have before, but that's okay. So now you can see all this. This is just, I was playing around before, so that's other drafts, but now it is all scheduled. Tailwind has been super helpful. As you could see, that was super simple, and you can get it done super fast. Play around with things, try new things, see what works, see what doesn't work. Do your own research on keywords, either through the Pinterest business tools, or on Google, or however you normally do that, and have those written down somewhere so that you know. Again, I didn't do a lot of time effort into the caption and the title and everything. That's just because I was just trying to show you how to use it real quick, but I kind of gave you some tips as I was going through it of what goes through my mind. And then if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more social media marketing tips, business tips, and honestly just let me know what you want to learn more about. I'm just starting out my channel and I want to help you. Again, you can get $15 off below in the description box for your Tailwind account. I also get $15 of credit. Eventually get an Amazon gift card, which would be pretty cool. And then you can too if you also have that. And then I also have linked below in the description box my free guide on Pinterest that goes way more into what I just went into. Just kind of the overall on how I grew on Pinterest and the step-by-step process. Because it's a little bit more than just knowing how to use Tailwind. Although it's great. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and see you next time.